righty, I think we're live again. Let me go grab the link, throw it over in the Facebook. Let's see, YouTube Studio, content, live. Here's the live. Get a shareable link. Facebook, Leopard Leatherworks. Pop up again. All right. And I'll do an add everyone on that one. At everybody loves Raymond. We could tell everybody loves Raymond we're there. Let's see. Except there's a dog. Let's see. Here's how she holds her pen. You know, that's not bad, April. You may look. I don't know if I'm live yet. Let's go see who's out there. There's 4 people there. Hey, Christina. April sent me a picture of how she holds the pen, which is not terribly dissimilar from Christina. So nothing, but it's interesting how she may benefit from Christina's pointy baseball bat, 7/8 of an inch back. Hey, Trudy. We're just popping around because we didn't go live last night. So I was live for 3 hours this morning. Had a good time, 8 to 11 Central. Everybody watched Rebecca, and now we're back. And didn't want to step on Rebecca kind of deal there. So we're on there, got the blanks prepared, did a little trimming while you guys were away. Hey, Kayleen, how you doing? Let me swap the cameras over to here. Hello, Kevin, Level Up Life. There we go. We're going to finish this one now. Let's see. Let's get this away here because now all we have to do is sand it because we filled all the holes in. So we'll get it rotating. We'll put the diaper in place. And this is going to be finishing it. Let me get you guys up on the... Is that the old one or the new one? That's the old one there. Let me refresh this screen here and get the latest. Boom, there we go. All right. Got back in there. Did you see the end of it? No, I didn't see it. I was actually getting some food. What happened there? Did I miss anything good? I was watching for a little bit. Then I was trimming up the blanks, so it was real noisy in the shop. I need to go back and watch it. Is that it? I was there for a little bit, but then I had to prepare for this live. Did I win something? Yes, I will need to see it. Oh my goodness. I don't know, but I need to see it. Rebecca's end of her live. That's what Christina says. So it must be something funny. Hopefully her house didn't burn down because that wouldn't be funny. Maybe the band went by, maybe a parade, or maybe she took the crowd out and saw the parade or something. I know there was a parade going on in her neighborhood. Is it like right at the end, or is it the last 20 minutes, or how do I narrow in on that? Yeah, I think these are acrylic flowers, Carrie. Like the kind of blanks you get from Woodcraft or Rockler. Because I can smell them while I'm sanding. They give off an odor. Nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying that's what it's made out of. I thought it was I thought it was the what do you call those things? Polymer clay. But it definitely wasn't that. So that was Christina's first Rebecca live. Oh, she's fun. She's a former attorney and nurse, works in that kind of world. and she gives her take on different high-profile crime things going on around the country. All right, we're feeling pretty good there. Wearing down little by little. Let me let that spin. Let me go look at the end of her live. Let's see. Let's go to the main thing here, YouTube, and go to crafting and crime daily. And there she is this week on. Okay, she's doing her hair. Oh, look at her headphones, Care. Or earmuffs or whatever those are. Oh, she's eating something that uh-oh. Ah,
What did she eat?
a brandy bean. So it's a bean with brandy in it.
I would never do that.
She's gonna be high the rest of the day. Straight up whiskey.
Oh, God.
Dang, that'd kill me. She'll be drunk here in a minute. Wonder how they do that. Oh, that's funny. The brandy bean. Okay, let's get back to here. German candy. That's funny. Hey, Ann, welcome back again. Okay, now we're going to take the next step. And what we're doing now is we're just sanding down all of the holes I filled in with CA glue. Just getting them smooth with the surface. We're not really taking much off. And I got the big one here on the end I got to work on. German candy.
Hi, everyone.
Carrie's here for a bit. Then she's going to go to work and diamond painting and sending bills and invoices and emails and all that fun stuff.
And I'm going to send a couple of, I don't know if they call them invoices, but reserve listings over to
Reserve listing emails. Christina, Trudy, all our favorite peoples. Oh, yeah, the Along the Shore blanks came in. Very cute. That'll be a challenge to figure out how to turn those and preserve all those little figures in them. Anne has one too. Musical notes. Yeah, we got the musical notes things in. All right, that's feeling pretty good on the end there. This is a single window pane. I'm just refashioned. There was a really big air bubble here right on the middle of the pointy or the baseball bat. And I'm just getting rid of it. It's like doing body work. You got to do a little filler and then sand it so nobody knows it's there.
And then we should be hearing soon from Cheryl.
Cheryl who?
Katz,
Oh, Cheryl Katz.
about what the theme is to Ticket to Ride. I know she was asking what we thought or what we'd like to see, or somebody did. So there were some good ones in there. I don't know. Let's see. Last year was music.
What do we do with that? We just making a blank for it or something?
We're sponsoring.
Sponsoring. Oh, gotcha.
In some way, and might participate in that. But a few of you I know do participate in that. So, or maybe you're new to diamond painting, you never have. Basically, you choose your canvas based on the theme, and then you sort of link something. Like last year was music, so you linked it to a song. I think Joe did like Beachcomber's Bounty, and I forget the song she chose. I said I would have done something from Jimmy Buffett, going back to Margaritaville. Or
a lot of Beach Boy stuff going on there.
Yeah, so it's just about what you want to do. And then I forget what the year before was. I know Marion did it the year before, and I don't know what she did. She did a couple of canvases, but she did do something. A train going to Hogwarts.
A train going to Hogwarts.
I don't know what the theme was.
There we go. YouTube was being mean. It wouldn't let me something the TV from the laptop until I closed out and reopened it. Yeah, sometimes that's what it takes. Nobody can hear you way over there.
April, I have your other blank, but I have to wrap up your kit that you got from the 24-hour live just to be sure the shipping is right for UPS. You chose USPS, and I don't recommend that. That's an oversized box, and they'll charge you for UPS.
Charge you out the yin yang. But anyway, hi Leopard fam, I made it. That's awesome. That Rebecca reaction was sort of like one of those kid videos you see. And I saw one recently where the kid ate one of those extreme sour warheads, I think they're called. And the kid, little kid, must have been year and a half, 2 years old, maybe 3, stuck it in his mouth, was swishing it around. And it took about 15, 20 seconds. And all of a sudden he got the reaction where his face got all contorted, all that kind of stuff. Well, that's good to get that faucet fixed. And Carrie's got to schedule the live too. All right, feeling pretty good right there. Little tiny bump right here. Might need just a little bit more fresh sandpaper for that one. Pretty good all the way down there. That's feeling pretty nice. Water damage isn't fun. Ooh, yeah. All right, let's see how it looks here. Yeah, looking good. All right, very nice. All right, we'll just keep on rolling. Up through the grits. Not Southern grits, but grits of paper. Oh, heck yeah, April. You got the whole trade group right in there. You just need a carpenter now. But now you got to cook them something nice. Thank you for fixing my stuff. Here's some food. All right, feeling good. Moving on up. I hear Kevin doing the Dino impression. He must be showing Mom his update for how far he is with Dino. Oh, he's doing the Jetsons. That's or Flintstones. What was the Jetsons dog? Elroy, his boy. Jane, his wife. Do 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 do. His dog. His dog wasn't Elroy, right? His dog Elroy. No, that's not right. Can't remember. Astro, his dog Astro. Like I thought the kid's name was Elroy. Funny, back in the 60s, we had cartoons about the future and cartoons about the fat past, and both were both dang funny. All right, feeling good. Moving on up. Did you hear about the Elon Musk phone, the Tesla Pi phone, PI phone? Supposed to be $199. Communicates with the Starlink satellites. Sort of like the new iPhones do now. They've got that satellite mode where if you're in the middle of nowhere with no coverage, you can still do email, you can make emergency calls, all that kind of stuff, depending on what you sign up for. So August, I think August 5th, he's coming out with the Pi phone. Supposed to be a rock the world of Apple and their $1,200 iPhone. So we'll see. I don't know what operating system it's going to operate, but I'm sure it'll come out nice and buggy as they fix it. Hello, Mickey. Mickey, we got your artwork already framed up, sitting on the floor, leaned up against my desk in the office. Now I got to figure out a place to put them. Man, they look great. Got white frames with a white mat. Really makes them pop. Christmas tree looks incredible. Yes, she will. Yep. Yep. Carrie goes, I'm just trying to pay my debt. Let Mickey know she needs her sizes and colors and all that kind of stuff. I said, yeah, Mickey will feel better soon. At least she's online today. She's right there. Mickey's online right now. So she's feeling a little better. Tell Carrie I'm working on it. Yep, I knew you were. Carrie goes, I want to pay my debt because she likes the artwork. So it's like, okay, we want to pay too.
I can't reach the internet right now.
Oh, Google, stop.
And try again.
Jeez. You're not connected, Google. I got to reconnect all the Google devices and all the light bulbs. Got to reconnect everything. Still hurts. Better. Yeah, that's the way it works. It does get better every day. We're just glad you're getting better and you didn't leave the earth yet or leave this mortality. More sunshine for Mickey to spread. All right, there it is. That one is done. Pretty cool. It's got lots of sunflowers all over it. Sort of a black, there's like a black thready thing rolling through there. I'm not sure what that is. Some kind of shavings or something. And then it's clear beyond that. So you can see down inside there. See those sunflowers. Very three-dimensional. I like it. Okay. Let's go for the last one of the diamond painting pens. And then we'll get into those other pens, the ink pens. I just can't find my most comfortable width. I have so many different pens, of which I use 5 consistently, aside from the single placer pen. So what you need to do, Mickey, is measure your number 1 and 2 favorite that let you diamond paint the longest. Although we don't sell ours as ergonomic pens, we try to make them as ergonomic as possible so that you can diamond paint for days. Okay, look at this wood here. Look at the chatoyance in that wood. It's beautiful. And then there's a bunch of tiny little flowers here. I don't know if they're real flowers or little fake flowers or what, but they're all kind of colored, and it'll be interesting to see this comes out. All right, let's go to hyperspace, blower on, or hyperspeed. We'll take little tiny nibbles off of this as we go. Yeah, it's half wood. I'm not sure which one you're talking about, the sunflowers or this one I'm doing now, because that would be 2 different things. Now, so this is wood on this end, and it's a piece of what they would call curly something because of the chatoyance in the wood. The chatoyance is a French word for cat's eye, and it is the reflection of the light from the wood that sort of looks like a cat's eye, sort of that shininess that goes perpendicular to the grain of the wood. And there's stress markers in the wood, and that's how the wood reacts. by reflecting the light differently. The wood's all stressed out, and we all stress out in getting some because it's gorgeous. Wait till you see when we finish it. Oh my goodness. So you can see it now, all these rays here. The grain is going this way, but all the rays of chatoyance are going this way, which are all the stress points in the tree. And then there's just some kind of cool resin. We'll see what that looks like here in a bit. All right, right above center. Let me blow all this stuff off here. Yeah, when we finish this, in fact, just to show you a little bit here, let's get a tiny bit of water here. Look at that. What's that? Yes. Hey, Denise. Well, let me turn this down a little bit. Yeah, Denise, I went live about 8 o'clock this morning. I was starting on your pens, and I thought, you know what? I need to go live because we didn't go live last night because of the internet getting hooked up. And I finally just ran the Ethernet cable all the way from the office to the other side of the house here in the shop. And got nice fat internet out here right now until I get my wireless mesh network set up, which will also deliver us great speed and bandwidth. But it's not set up yet, and I don't have time to do the pens and set up the internet before I leave for tomorrow. So we'll just run the Ethernet cord, go live because we didn't go live last night. And these are your pens, by the way. We've been working on all morning. All right, we are getting where we need to be here. We're 6.66, so we're almost there. And Mickey, if you want a blank like this, we may have some. So just talk to Carrie and say you'd love half a wood blank or something. Or a whole wood blank. I got some curly mango that's really gorgeous. So I figured we'd do like a mini 24-hour live. Let's see, where was I at here? Not even paying attention. 65. The sanding will take us the rest of the way down, so we can stop there on that one. Yeah, and I felt bad about last night, but I said, let me get ready for tomorrow, and we'll get some interwebs out here and make today a better day. We got some super fat internet now. We had Cox cable before, but now we got AT&T, and woo, it's screaming. All right. Get a little profile on this guy here to give Denise's fingers some room. Wood's a bit softer and acts a little different than resin, even though it's impregnated with resin, being stabilized. It still is wood. So you got to treat it a little bit differently. Now, over on this end, Denise, this is the one with those little flowers in it. So that'll be cool to see how this one comes out. I don't know if it's like big glitter or little tiny dried flowers or what they did. All right, let's see. We should be down near our world. 67. What you got there, babes? What? What's that? Hey, Mr. Yankee X. Yeah, I got Twitch streaming too. That's my buddy Drew up there in Massachusetts. Probably a fellow Patriots fan if I didn't know better, and they're doing pretty good this year. Drew, how's it going, buddy? Hope you're doing well. You gaming today or gardening? Oh, you wouldn't be gardening. It's almost wintertime. Ooh, I may have to tune into your channel during the day because I love that stuff you do in the basement with the wood and the grinding and the making the axe handles. That is rich stuff right there. Ooh. Seems like we got a crunchy flower right there on the edge. Yeah, we figured we might pick up a few Twitch streamers or Twitch watchers today too. We should be in the Makers channel or Makers world over there in Twitch, but Twitch is a little goofy and doesn't work with StreamYard terribly well. But Drew is also a gamer, so he might be gaming today, playing some games. Yeah, see all those little flowers in there? Oh, there's an air bubble right there. Gosh dang it. Right where you don't want one. And that's going to be a hard one to fill because it's not very deep. Yeah, petal of a flower right there. Okay. We'll handle it though. Yeah, Twitch, you just tune in and go find a channel and enjoy. Now, because we got all these flowers here. Oh, is that a hole there? Oh, there's a hole there too. Dang. That sucks. We'll deal with it though. Much better. Much better. Okay, very happy now. Let's see. I definitely want at least half wood, but I also want my colors. Blue, turquoise, bright baby pink. We might have something like that. Such a girl, she says. All right, let me turn the blower off here. We got to think about this one here. A couple of things. The first thing I knee-jerk to is I want to do a mustache because I want to cut right into here, and I want to slope this wood here and really increase the angle on here and open up all this chatoyance right there. That would be crazy cool stuff. I'm going to wander over here while I'm thinking about that one and look in Carrie's bucket because she got all the cool stuff. But I'll bet you she got you a hybrid here. What's that? Oh, there's a hybrid. Look at, no, it's not. Oh, yeah, it is. Only not enough wood. Oh, Mickey says she would like a half wood, half colorful one.
I don't have a lot of that.
I might have some in my bucket.
Your bucket came over to this bucket.
No, my bucket's right here. Okay, what are we gonna think about this here? My green? What's my green?
Those cartoon things.
Cartoon thingies?
You know, great.
Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, Mickey, you might like that one. See if these colors jam with you, Mickey. Look at that. So that is a very similar blank. Half wood, a lot of great chatoyance in that. Really good swirly. I would call that yellow, black, and white. Is that right, Carrie? Or hot green, black and white, or lime green, black and white, or whatever you want to call that. Lime green, Carrie says. Fluorescent lime green kind of deal.
Like Granny Smith apple. You hear me?
Let's see. What's that? Granny Smith apple, she says. A bright Granny Smith apple. So Mickey says, Christine says, you didn't have control over the install. Otherwise, we would have gone live. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he was supposed to be there at 2. Finally arrived about 3:45. He had a window between 2 and 4. This is cool one, Mickey. Check that out. But anyway, so what are we going to do here? What's wrong, baby? What'd you do?
Falling everywhere.
What's falling?
I'm afraid of myself. That
What did I do? I didn't do anything. I didn't do it. Oh, there you go.
That
What's that?
stuff right there.
What about it?
I need it. Here.
You need all of it dumped in there?
There's only 3 things.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh, down here. Oh, you got 3 blanks and a tray.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right there.
There you go. Yeah, that was easy. I thought you were pointing at those boxes. And I'm like, you want me to dump those boxes in there? Okay. Oh, her favorite colors are green and yellow. Shoot. Well, you can make a decision. You don't have to take that one just because I showed it to you, but that is an option. Okay, back to this. So I don't want to get too curvy with all these flowers here because that causes issues, especially if you get something with a hole in there. And if I do let's go figure out where the middle is first. All right, so we're rolling here. There's our middle, which, is right there at the edge of the wood. That's closer than I thought. That's actually pretty good. We haven't done a mustache in a while, and I'm telling you, this might be a good candidate because this will polish up and we'll see a sea of flowers. Yep, and then this is going to curve downward into that mustache and going to open up some more wood there. Good anyway. Everybody cross your fingers. Blow her on. Kevin's back. Watch out. Got plenty of mice. Got plenty of mice. We'll leave you one. You leave me a wireless mouse. There's a black one right on top of those 2 laptops on my desk. Yeah, they're just Bluetooth mice, that's all. They're just Bluetooth mice. Why? Oh, least. I thought she said my favorite. I can't see that other word. Okay, that's not the one for you then, Mickey. That's good. Well, many people don't unless you tell them. Many people don't unless you tell them. Mickey, there's a heart where it says the word least. That's why Kevin Kemen told me, no, her least favorite colors are green and yellow. Be that Oregon duck color. That is definitely not the pen for you then, I'm telling you. Now what I'm doing is just making these curves sexier. All right, that profile's looking pretty nice. All right, let's get the diaper in here. It's pretty, but not. I couldn't read it, Mickey. On my screen, there's a heart down in the lower right corner that covers up. Like right now, I can see it's pretty. Then I see half of the letter B and then nothing more. And then on the second line, I see for me, LOL. So I'm not sure exactly what that word is, but I can guess that it's but not for me. Ah, Discord is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, once you figure out Discord, man, it's a powerful tool. They've done a great job of figuring that one out over the last 8 or 9 years, I think. Not sure how old it really is. The best is just go to YouTube, watch a YouTube video. It says the basics of Discord or whatever. But it's just a chat and group function, that's all. You can chat with people, you can join groups. People can put different things in their groups, different categories. It's superior to a lot of things. It's not widely used like Facebook or WhatsApp or something like that. Probably because it is so immense. Oh, that's feeling pretty good right there. It can be live. Yes, Discord can be live. I can't. It's also live something, so I can't see that last word yet. Till the next person chats, I sort of sit there in limbo with trying to guess what that word is. Sometimes I can guess, sometimes I can't. As is obvious, right? Yeah, Discord could be live if you want to stream there. Usually you stream something else you're doing, like a screen. Like I could stream Twitch there to my group or something like that. In fact, there used to be a lady in here that used to restream our live to our channel, and then she would share it into that channel. And if anybody was on Discord and wanted to watch it, you could, which would sort of be silly because you could just go to YouTube and watch it. So I'm not sure why she did that, but it was very nice of her. I probably just didn't understand why. Yeah, I use Discord pretty heavily. I'm on all of them: Discord, Telegram, WhatsApp, Facebook, Chat GPT. And see, I feel something right now. I don't know if that's a carving knife thing or if it's a little flower coming to the surface there. Oh, it's probably that flower. Oh, what was that? Oh, it's that flower right there. Oh, there's like the middle of the flower. It's a little woody. That's cool. No worries there. We may have to look at this one in the microscope. I'm telling you, this one looks way cool. Never seen a blank like this. Yeah, there's a people. I think Ditsy's Diamond Den does that once in a while. She'll have like movie night on her Discord channel. I don't sit and watch because I'm too busy doing other stuff, but that's a cool idea. I got no issues with that. Oh, it also has live chats. Absolutely. Yeah, I participate in some of those when I'm playing games sometime. In fact, I might be doing a little bit of that in my hotel room because I get down there and there's nothing to do in my hotel room and I can't stand to really watch TV. So I either go live with Carrie on Wednesday night from California. I'll do the spinner or something like that. And then other nights I'll probably just play games in the hotel room or something or listen to YouTube in the background or just killing the time till I go to bed. I probably finished working on my book. I got a lot of work to do on my book, so it's probably 80% done. It's got some editing to do, some rereading, some tiny bit of reorganizing. Do. All right, on to the number 3. Oh, yeah, Mickey, this wood's going to pop your eyeballs out, I'm telling you. Oh, my goodness, it's going to be so gorgeous. Especially when we apply the beeswax and the oil. Oh, man, does it get rich. Then my next trip after that is New York City for NRF, which is National Retail Federation show. It's at the Jacob Javits Center. It must be 1 billion square feet of retail technology. It's amazing. All the stuff people come up with or inventing, trying to make money on. I don't know how many of them succeed, but they're out there trying. Should be nice here in California this week. A bit too warm for December, though. Yeah, I'll be down there in Orange County. Where were you at again, Christina? I forget. But I'll be down there for a couple of nights just farting. I'll take my buddies, my co-workers, colleagues out to dinner. There's a really cool Vietnamese fusion restaurant in the Irvine Center called Golden Sister or Two Sisters or Twisted Sister or some kind of thing like that. I forget the name. Carrie could probably remember. I took her down there when we went to Disneyland for her birthday. April says, I had a friend that would share. Oh, yeah, that's right. So I read that one. Twisted Sister. Yeah, not Twisted Sister. It's a rock band, right? Metal band. It's something Sister. It's down there by the Hello Kitty in the same Irvine place, probably right around the corner from Hello Kitty. But the HQ is right there in Mission or Aliso Viejo. My hotel's in Mission Viejo. Those little rich towns, they just run right after another. Right across the streets, Laguna Hills or something like that. So it's all over the place. Yeah, phenomenal Vietnamese fusion. It is incredible. I've been there 3 times now. I don't even live there. There's also a really good Thai place I found in Laguna Hills. I forget the name of it. Elephant Thai or something. Riverside County. Oh, that's right. That's right. You're up in there. I'm flying into LAX this time, the place I swore I wouldn't fly in and out of. Where they just had the best rates. Tried to get into Ontario, but man, that was just expensive as it was a last minute ticket for me, so you know how expensive that gets. And they wanted $1,300 to land me in Orange County, and that was Delta. And then Delta and American wanted $1,300 to land me into Ontario, and I said, "Yeah, man." So I got into what do you call it? LAX for $891. I said, "Yeah, we'll save. We got to." I mean, I don't think we save anything because I got to rent a car, pay gas, you know, that kind of crap. So sort of evens out. Ooh, yeah, looking good, looking good. And the grain is really coming out. One layer of news or paper left, close to Ontario. Beautiful. Carrie and I flew into Ontario many years ago, probably 2009. We were going to Disneyland with my mom and dad, who got married in '58, and they were doing, or maybe it was 2008, and they were doing their 50th wedding anniversary there at Disneyland because they went there for their anniversary back when they got married in '58. It just opened recently. So we went down there, took my dad to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Fun, fun, fun. And yeah, we flew into Ontario, and we were heading to the Beverly Hills mall, town's outdoor mall, whatever the heck it is. There was some store she wanted to go to there. And so it took an hour to go from Ontario to that Beverly Hills thing. And she goes, "My goodness, I thought we were landing in LA." I said, "Well, we're in the LA area, but we're not in LA." I think she passed 5 or 6 Home Depots from Ontario to Beverly Hills. I forget how many it was. It was a bunch. It was more than you normally pass in your regular town, that's for sure. Okay, where's my paper towels? Over here. Let's go get the paper towels. There's a big Chevy parts dealer, old truck Chevy parts dealer in Corona, California. I used to go there once in a while, and I ordered a bunch of stuff from them, but I wanted to visit them a couple of times just because I'm such a dedicated Chevy fan, old Chevy truck fan. Okay, so we got that nice and clean up. I just got a glimpse of those flowers. Oh my goodness, Denise, this is going to be hot. This is going to be, it almost looks like a calico pattern. Yeah, I'm not trying to narrow you in, Christina. I just telling you my exploits of the area there. But and my favorite city name ever is Rancho Santa Margarita. And my buddy lives there. I love the name of that town. If I ever had 10 acres or 5 acres or 2 acres on my own land and whatever, I'm going to call it Rancho Santa Margarita. Okay. So here's what the wood looks like, Mickey. Oh, look at that. That is just freaking gorgeous. That is a nice piece of wood. Now watch this thing pop when I add the beeswax to it. Ooh, this will smoke your eyeballs. This will be nice. This will be nice. Put a little bit of beeswax and oil kind of goodies on there. Did you see those flowers on this end, Denise? Oh my goodness, they're incredible. Where'd you get this blank at? Is that a Dawn thing? I don't know who made this, but man, maybe it was Jacob. I'm not sure. And now all I'm doing here is I apply the beeswax and I just generate heat to get whatever wood pores are in this stabilized piece of wood to absorb the wax. Protects the wood, and you can just re-wax it later. Nothing funky here. No CA glue, nothing like that. But I'm just generating it until it gets really, really hot and absorbs that beeswax. It might be Castaway. I don't know if they do a lot of wood. I know they do a lot of 3D printing. All right, now that is done until Kevin buffs it. Yeah, look at that wood. We're going to go look at the scope on this one. Look at that wood. Oh, that makes my heart hurt. Not sure if you can see it, but the grain is going this way and chatoyance is going that way. Beautiful. Carrie will know. I'll have to ask Carrie. Look at that. It looks like calico print. A lot of little tiny holes, but not much we can do about them, but they're beautiful. It doesn't affect the feel at all. You can just see a tiny hole. Okay, let's go check this puppy out. Okay, it's not a puppy. I get it. Okay. Look at this wood. You can see the grain going up and down there on the screen. And that chatoyance, I just don't know a better word than that because it's the proper word, but it sounds like I'm trying to be fancy. I'm not trying to be fancy. It's just, that's what it is. I wonder if I could focus any more on that one. Nope, that's pretty tight right on there. Dang, that is just gorgeous. Yep, Jacob, everything is okay with Jacob. He started a new gig, learning all the ins and outs and training and all that kind of stuff. I think he's some type of nurse by trade. Super cool dude, but there's so much competition in the blank maker world that it's tough to make a living there if that's what you're trying to do. Look at that. Look now. You can tell where the gravity was. The bottom of the blank's on the bottom of the screen. The top of the blank's on the top because it gets a little thicker. Now that would have been, if they made that a lighter blue, you could see all those flowers down in there a lot better. Let me get some of that beeswax off there. There we go. I had it all boogered up. Look at that. That is just beautiful. It looks like a calico print. I love calico print. I made Carrie a number of calico dresses when she was pregnant. We would buy the material. She'd lay out all the pattern, cut it out, and I'd sew it all together. Let's go look at that wood again. Woo, dogs. Look at that. Dang. That gets me very excited. I love that chatoyance. I used to enjoy it. I never knew what it was called. Then I sort of got together with Wood People and Chat GPT and whatever AI was out there to learn what that was and what it comes from. Incredible. And that is just that thing looks pretty. I mean, that is a pretty blank. And mixing with the wood, because the wood is very earthy, you know? And then you got all those flowers with the purple on the other side. Yeah, I guess that's purple, not blue. Looks blue on screen. Okay. So, okay, now somebody's dinging me. Who's dinging me? Oh, nobody I know. American Airlines. Okay, let's go back here. Now, we're going to, you'll enjoy this, Denise. Hopefully you got your screen on, if not your giant TV. I know you're probably not in your office. You're probably out front. First thing we got to do is make this one round. And this is a pen. I wrote cap on here so I know which end is the cap. And what's really weird is on this lighthouse pen, the cap is actually the smaller of the two bushings. Usually it's the other way around. The tip is the smaller. And it's not smaller by much, but it's smaller by a couple of hundredths. And there is some cordite hiding in there. So let's get this baby rounded up. Let me change the camera back to the action. Oh, look at that. You reminded me already. Yes, ma'am. Getting right on that. I got to figure out this. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's the digital microscope. Let's get back to my. That's all I had to do. Bingo. Okay, let's go to that camera there. All right, we made it there. Oh, I got to rechange that. I got it jerked off to the side and top there. So I got to remove that around. All right, let's do that first without messing with the focus because I got the focus right on that sucker. Oop, let me put that over another screen so I can see it big. Too far away on the laptop. All right, there we go. All right. Oh, that's pretty good right in the middle of the screen. Still in sharp focus. Okay. Like I said before I started spinning this, we got some Fordite hiding in there. You can see some from this side a little bit, some from this side. Now, the whole idea, this was one that had a lot of drips in it, and I cut off the drips on this side so I could put it closer to the side of the blank. And then, of course, it was easy to cut off this side because it was just flat. But hopefully, I went right through the middle of the thing there. Yep, Mickey, see you around. And then it says, hello, handsome, LOL. And you don't have this procedure memorized yet. Shame on you. She must have tuned into somebody else. Oh, my goodness. Okay, here we go. Let's get this baby rounded up. I'm going to be very gentle with this one. And when I get it round, we'll stop and just review it. This is going to be a lighthouse pen. Still not perfectly round yet. Nice and round there. Oh, See, we lost a little bit of that vinyl or that resin there, but doesn't matter because that's very high. Look at what we're starting to see here now. Starting to close in on what some of this is going to look like. Hello, Vanessa. Good to see you around. How's Canada today? This young lady, Vanessa, is like from the Great White North, and I mean, she's way up there. Was it Saskatchewan or Alberta? I can't remember which one it was. I just remember it was way up there. Hope you're doing well today. All right, we're getting a little thinner down here. Let's see. We'll do just a little bit more removal, and then we'll start seeing what it's going to look like. And this is a really nice piece of Fordite. Really nice. Got some really good curves going on there, and I hope it comes true as we peel it away. All right, let's look at this real quick. Oh, yeah. Coming out nice. Ooh, look at that. Just revealed that little. That's the link between the drip and the body. Very nice. Hey, Crystal Lloyd, how you doing? Chris Lloyd, actually. Now we're just going to ease this down to where we need it. This is the part where you be more afraid than brave. You're going to get there eventually, so just take little molecules at a time off. Beautiful. Feeling very smooth. Now we're going to come down to this end. And now we're going to start working our ends in, and then we'll play with our curve in the middle. I don't know how much green is going to be left except for that right end. But it'll be fun to see. All right, now we're just a little proud of this end, a little proud of that end, and we're probably going to shape that with sandpaper just to make sure it lands perfectly. All right, now we'll remove some more middle here very gently. Remember, Fordite is auto paint. That's why you need to be very gentle with it. You don't know how it's going to react. You don't know how they laid it down, which layer was Monday and which layer was Tuesday and which one was Sunday and which one was Friday before they quit for the week. Nibbling away ever so slowly. And then we're going to just do some shaping with the sandpaper. Once I get to a place where I don't have to shape for hours. And we're just about there. All right, that's pretty good right there. And we're going to slow it down now. Winnipeg, Manitoba. There you go. I knew it was way up there. I've been to Vancouver and I've been to Ontario, Toronto, Guelph, number of places up there, but Ottawa, but never been to there. All right, here we go. Minus 17. Is that Fahrenheit or Celsius? Either one would be bad, but just wondered. And now we just take our time and slowly shape this down, get rid of all the knife marks, marry up these ends perfectly on the end to match the pen. Because remember, the bushings are designed to match the pen. And I just sit here in my slurry of automotive paint. So all this is mostly is automotive paint. That's looking pretty good right there. Tiny bit to go. And I don't stay in one place too long because the automotive paint does heat up and you get a little gummy. Ooh, that's feeling good. Very nice. All right, that's all the shaping we need to do. Let's do a little preview real quick. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, yeah, Denise, look at that. Oh, my goodness. That is going to be hot. Wonder what that line is right there. Oh, it's my, you know what that line is? That's my Sharpie line, where I cut that and then drew a Sharpie. So the Sharpie stayed inside. That'll come off here in a second, but I'm like, what is that black line? That's me drawing on the Fordite before I cut it. Ah, that's cool. That is hot. Okay, here we go. Number one, sandpaper. That's feeling good. And there's a lot more green left over than I thought there would be, and that's cool. Yep. Beautiful. Man, that's coming out good. Good selection on the Fordite, Denise. He did. And what's amazing is this started out as a 1-inch wide piece of Fordite. And of course, you only get what's left when you turn it away and you see the gorgeousness. So all of that Fordite was worth it to get this little piece right here. Seems like the chat has stopped working on my thing there. Nope, nobody chatted. Good. Maybe I'm not even on the internet anymore. I just think I am. Okay, let's get a little bit of Zona paper here. Where's my skizzers? Here we go. Where is the white one? Oh, here we go. Hello, Bellerinix. Good to see you. Ah, that's okay. And it could be some people tuned in at the beginning and they're not up to date yet. I did make this blank, yes. Made this blank Friday. And put it in the oven Friday afternoon, evening, pulled it out, let it cool for a bit, cut it up, drilled it this morning in preparation for today, and then put the tube in, glued it in. I was on the last live. I'll show you my exquisite collection of Fordite, with which we chose from. It's probably worth more than gold. Delarenix, did you see the Fordite when I stopped it? We're almost done. We're going to stop in about 15 seconds. It's going to get this last 18,000 grit Zona paper on here, which is going to make this thing literally repel water. That's how smooth the surface is. Yeah, we mixed that green up. It is fluorescent green, opaque with a little white. All right, there we go. That is it. There it is. Yep, and the water is already beading on it. There we go. And the cap end is the non-solid green end. That's why I did it. So the solid green will be the tip end, and then this up here will be the cap end. But there it is. Came out great. That is very cool. Man, yeah. I'll show you how we picked that piece of Fordite a little bit later. Let me bring this next one over here. This is the one that I was gluing in. Remember, needed to be white. This one looks like Lifesaver. It looks like Christmas Lifesavers to me. Yeah, Denise, that one's pretty cool, isn't it? I like that one a lot. Great choices by you and I want to say, was it Jeremy or Jason? I get everybody. Oh, Jason. There we go, Jason. Very good. Glad Jason is tuned in. Carrie goes, no, you were talking to Jeremy. I said, no, I think his name was Jason. I said, I think Jeremy works at the store. I think Jason is her pen buddy. But I could be wrong. I may have it all wrong. So that is going to be a pretty phenomenal blank. Blower is on. Let's go back in here. Let me get this away a little bit. Need some room to work here. Once we get a little peeled off, we'll see the true nature of this blank. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm telling you, it looks like a roll of Christmas Lifesavers. I'm glad Jason is pleased. That's awesome. That means his mother will be happy, and I love pleasing mothers. Mothers are so important. They need to be taken care of and loved and impressed. Now, let me get all these little thingies off here that are sticking. And you know, Jason, you never know what you're going to get till it's all done. And that one worked out really well. And again, with this blank, it's a little more robust blank, but there's still some 3D printing in it. So we want to treat it gentle and just remove it little by little. The difference in getting aggressive with a blank and just relaxing with a blank is 20 or 30 seconds. So it's not worth the 20 or 30 seconds to ruin the blank. Oh, Jason is Della Renix. Very nice. So let's turn this off and look at this one first. There we go. It's got red gold with a lot of mica. I don't think there's glitter in there. I think it's just mica powder or very fine glitter. And the red's got some big chunks of glitter in it, but it's mostly clear. And the green is sort of like that one there. Oh yeah, we're going to put it together here in a minute, Jason, so don't run away. We got to turn these two Lifesavers for Denise, and then we'll go over the bench where we were before and check it out. For everybody tuning in, Jason is more of an ink pen fan with his buddy Denise. And they probably sit around a gun shop talking pens all day long. Just kidding. Just good friends down there in Florida and enjoying pens. Now on this pen, this is the tip, this is the middle. So I think about that while I'm turning is how I would want that blank to come off the tip. Funny, I can't scrape it with my fingernails, but I could blow it off with air. We'll come down here into the center section. All right, we'll stop right there. We got these little two pieces, just a little proud of that. Now let's stop and look at this blank and talk about it. If you notice, and this is what I was fearful of, and this is what you got to look at when you're buying blanks. All of the green color in this area came from the reflection of the glitter. Now, if I'd have left this tube in the middle, brass, you would see nothing but brass with a little bit of green glitter around it. If I'd have left it black, which is sometimes the things we'll do, we'll paint the inside of a blank black or put black in the epoxy, then you wouldn't see much at all because it would be black on the inside, tough to reflect light out, and you might not get much. Right now, we're still a little bit thick, but you can see down here on the thin, we got just a little bit of this green glitter left. Against the white, it looks awesome. It looks great. It looks Christmassy. If it were black or brass, it wouldn't look as Christmassy. All right, let's move this out of the way. Let's get our sponge in here. Get our diaper in here, I mean. Let me turn this diaper over because that one's starting to get pretty ugly. All that junk on there. And Jason, this is just to keep all the water off my lathe. Nothing worse than a rusty rail. Nothing moves very well. So these are just German-made ShamWows. All right, here we go. Now let's slow this down a little bit. Don't need to go that fast. And now we're going to just shape. Again, this does two things. It lets me marry up the end of the bushing perfectly with the blank right here. And it allows me to remove all the scrape marks from the knife. That's feeling pretty good. Now, what we need to do here is, let me see how this sandpaper affects this blank here. Because right now, the plastic pieces are standing a little proud because the plastic, believe it or not, is harder than the resin. So it looks like a suspension bridge inside each one. Okay, so what I need to do now is I need to take off the hard part of that blank, or Denise will feel the ribs along there. And we're just going to just gently touch them. Perfect. And I'm not sure you'll never feel them, but we'll minimize the bump or the hump. Again, as I scrape it, it gets hot and wants to swell because it's plastic. So you got to do just a little bit at a time. All right, we're getting there. All right, it's getting better, but you're always going to feel those little tiny ribs of plastic. Not much. Actually, sort of makes it grippy for the pen. Can't slip out of your hand. It's feeling much better. Of course, as I initially heat it up, it melts and gets a little bumpy. Let it cool down. Just come back and peel the bump off. There we go. And now the rest of the sandpapers I use don't take much of the resin away. It just finishes the whole thing. And it's very possible those ribs raised like that were caused by the big scraper heating them up, because it feels awesome right now. Yeah, you can't even tell, Denise. It'd be beautiful. Very nice. Because if I got a pen that had those little raised ribs like that to that extreme, I'd go, what? Can't that guy even trim them down or something? Not knowing what they're made of or where they came from. That's what I would be thinking. Yeah. They're pretty minimized now. Feels real nice. And we have another one of these to do for the top of the pen. Leopard Works and hello. That's Carrie, I believe. All right, that feels fabulous. Whoo, that looks nice. Looks like Christmas wrapping. Now, I want to buff that first before I take it off its bushings. And you can't see me buffing. I'm just over here 5 feet west of the lathe, or east. Ah, it feels so nice. Okay, buffer off. Let me take this out here, and I got to make sure I keep it in the right orientation. Oh, it's easy to know where the tip is because it's the green part, little white green part. Okay, now, okay, this big one here, it goes in that direction. Wait a minute, that's the wrong one. This one here goes there. All right. Then this is the shorter of the two, which is the top of the pen. Hello, Christina. Christina James is back. Let's see. What am I looking for here? Oh, got to measure. It's like power slap. Got to measure. Perfect. Just above center line. We're all locked in. Here we go. Blower on. Now on the left is the cap. On the right is the center, or the lower section of the top. And now what I'm thinking about now is how the clip is going to be shaping on there, because the clip is going to go up here towards the left, because that'll be the cap or the top. All right, now we're down to the shaping world. Now, when Carrie and Denise were initially talking about this blank, Carrie said this probably won't make a great pen. And that is true. But there are ways around it sometimes. So initially you wouldn't want to use this because it's clear and it gets its color from the glitter. So the thinner you get, the less, see how thin this one is, less green than this green here because there's more glitter in there. I think it's the same with the gold. They're clear, but they got the gold glitter in there, so it makes it look gold. The red is tinted red. I can tell that, and it's got some big chunks of starlight glitter in it, which is really cool. So initially, Carrie's right. This would not make a great pen, but Denise really, really wanted this one to be a pen because it's going to look freaking awesome. And there are ways around it, and one of the ways was to color the tube white, and that keeps it really in a Christmas present theme. Less lifesaver or lightsaber. Okay, that's still pretty warm right there, and I want to get that rib scraped off of there. So let me get rid of my diaper here for a second. Get back in here, and I'm going to trim up. You can see that little white plastic right in there. I want to get that off of there. When I get rid of the white, of course, it heats up a little bit. There we go. The white is the fuzzy plastic. And when you get rid of the fuzzy plastic, it all of a sudden becomes very red. All right, let's get our aggressive sandpaper out right now. Hello, still here. That's good. The science behind all of it is fascinating. Yeah, it's part art, part science, and all that kind of good stuff. But I'll figure out a way. Most pen makers will. They'll figure out a way to do it. They'll figure out a way to get you what you're dreaming of, quite frankly. But Carrie was right in the initial, this would not make a phenomenal pen because, quite frankly, and Carrie and I discussed this, every single blank in the world could make a pen. But now you got to get the right pen. You got to get the right maker. You got to get the right techniques to achieve what you want to achieve. And then almost any blank could make a great pen. Now, the only blank that I'm really hesitant about, and it's for good reason, is the Rapture Resins blanks that use, like this does here, the glitter for the color. And I made Carrie one that was sort of a gold yellow kind of pen. Came out really cool because the resin itself was tinted yellow. So as you made it thinner and thinner, you didn't lose the color. Where I was doing one for Denise, months back, and all of a sudden I got to the middle and there was no color left because there was no glitter left. And I thought, oh no, this is not good. And it was, and believe me, Rapture Resins makes some killer blanks, just killer. But that wasn't one of them. For a diamond painting pen, all day long, looks gorgeous and beautiful and wonderful. But for an ink pen, That one didn't work so well. Even painting the middle white or black or whatever, it almost doesn't matter because there's just no glitter left at that level. All right. We're matching up down here nice. We got a perfect match up there. Now, because this is a rough sponge and it wears away the resin, I need to come in here now and trim off the ribs of the plastic. All right, here we go. And this is my little sharp one here, my negative rake blade. There we go. All right, now we get into the sandpapers. And as this water cools down the plastic, we can sand off those top edges that were left when I scraped them off. Feels great. All right, we're achieving success here today. That's good. Now, what Carrie's really awesome at, and you'll see this here in a second, is picking the color of the metal for the pen. Make sure it highlights all the colors and looks fabulous with it. Feels great. All right, let me go ahead and I'll buff this one, and then we'll assemble the two pens. And move on to the next project. All right, that is done. Sitting on the bench, put that right there. All right, let me switch the camera over to the bench. Oops, I just turned it off. All right, so let's clean up a little bit first. Let's get rid of the white tint. I'll wipe that off. Put that in the drawer. Okay. Now what we need to do is I got to measure these again because the tip, no, I don't have to measure this because the tip is where the green goes, right? Is that it? I do have to measure. Let's see. This one comes out of there and that one is 48 and this one is 516. So yeah, the tip is the green. We'll take these out, put our adapters back in there. And let's see, these are, oh, I got to measure them. I'm getting them mixed up now. Okay, so this was going to be, it's 491. I'm not zeroed out here. 45, so that's going to be for the big bin. That one's 48. 49, that's going to be for that one. This one likely is for that one. Yep, that's for that one. And then we'll take the adapter off of there, put that in the adapter box. Take the other two off, put them in the big bin box. All right, so then we got, there's our pen right there. And let me get the tray full of goodies. We'll put these bushings away. You have to organize while you're working. If not, you will get lost and you will have a mess everywhere. So I like to put things back as I go as much as I can. I'm not perfect at it, but if I can, right? Oops. All right, let me get the other pens here. These all need nice and buffed. Hey, Carrie, if you're watching, is this nobody's Christmas tray? Because somebody needs this Christmas tray in their life, I'll bet you. Lost my blade off the X-Acto. There's that there. Okay, so let's get these over into here. There's our tip. And then need to get our brush. Where's my brush? Did I have it over here already? Oh, here it is. There's my brush. Let's get us a little alcohol cleaner here. I wish I was as good at the practice of staying organized as much as I am wanting to, that's for sure. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean the ends of these. We got a little alcohol here, and you can see all the dirt that comes off on those. And then we clean out the inside. Got a little bottle brush here, or what do you call that thing? It's a straw brush. All right, so that one's nice and clean. And you don't want that dirt to be on the end of the pen. That's why you clean it off. There we go. All right. Now we do have those there. And I got to get out my, got to make sure I got the tip on the right end. And let's see, the tip is going to be my 0.460 end. And I always check this because sometimes I put them together backwards. Oops. Off 0. Let's get right here. That's 0.483. Yep, that's that one up there. This will be our tip down here. Yep, 0.460. So there's our tip, our bottom, and our cap. And this one should be longer anyway. Yep, certainly is. Okay. I need an Eagles one. Eagles what? Oh, an Eagles tray? Tell Carrie. We'll get it done for you. Okay, so we got her other pen. Denise, look at this pen we made here for you. This was the snowman, and I was afraid that I was going to cut into the back of the snowman, but we didn't even touch his little beanie back there. Look at that. And then look at that light refraction through there. We got to figure out where it is. There we go. It's autofocus, but it's got to be like right there. There we go. Yeah, cute little snowman in there. Okay, so here we are. Where's my pen kits at? Oh, they're probably over here on the other table. Yep, there's the lighthouse. There's the Big Ben. All right. We'll move our alcohol over here just in case we need it. Here's the Big Ben deal. If you're out there in the world, Cuban is the exact same thing as a Big Ben, is the exact same thing as a cigar. So those are all different pens. Come on out of there now. These come with a million little Ziploc bags. All right, there's our spring and everything in there. Very nice. All right, now I need my Presto Magico machine. All right. All right, so this one here is going to get the tip. That's going to go right in there. There we go. That one's on there nicely. Then we take, let's see, this one here. That's the top one. We take this mechanism off here. We don't want to press against that mechanism because it'll not do well. And then we're going to drop. So first thing you got to do is there's a little plastic cap on the end of this thing here that you want to get all, I think they dip it in glue or something, but you want to make sure you get that out. And then right with it, there we go, to make sure it's all good. So we got our spring. Springs are unique because, well, not this one, doesn't matter on this one, but sometimes one end is larger than the other. And you want to put the larger end towards the bottom. Now we're going to do is exercise this a few times. Oh, that's nice and smooth. And sometimes it won't fully recess, so you got to exercise it a couple of times. This goes back and forth. We're going to make sure it's tightened on there super nice. And this one goes this way. You'll notice it goes in and out both ways. Very nice. Okay, then we grab the top here. This will be our clip. Don't need to worry about the orientation because the sides are all the same all the way around. Beautiful. Let me put this on here. I love the gold, black, green, red of this. This is going to be like a Christmas pen, Denise. And you just go together. Don't even have to match them up or figure out which side's which. There we go. That came out nice. Beautiful. There we go. Here we go. There's that one. Now, let's get rid of all this trash here. All right. Now we got the lighthouse. All right, let's put this baby together. All right, as I remember, all right, this goes up inside there. Yeah, and then we got to get that. Where's that tiny little pen at? Oh, there it is. And this is a very interesting pen. This is the actual pen blank for this pen. That little thing right there is full of ink. Probably not as much as a big one, but it goes down in here and it screws in. Tighten it up now as you go. It's the bottom, this bottom that screws in and out. So that's pretty interesting how that works. Okay. And then that goes up in there. This goes in here and doesn't get squeezed in there, which is very interesting because this one here falls down to join it. So these two squeeze together to make the pen, and then we press them together. There we go. There, and there's the body of the pen. And, oh, I got to put that clip on there. Dang it, I knew that. Okay, so here's what we do. When we don't follow the directions, we get to take it apart. We get to bring this in the game. Then we get to get the disassembly tool in the game. I forgot the clip. All this just for the clip, and that's what we got to do. All right, let's turn this around. Okay, now we take this thing here. This is the body. We're going to put it in this rubber tube. We're going to squeeze it out this end. So we put it in here like this. We essentially clamp it down. And then we figure out which one of these will push it out. It has to fit inside there. That'll do it right there. Move this up into here. And then very gently push that out. There we go. This is now pushed out. Put this back in here. Put this away. There's our blank again. Okay. Jump up into my chair here. All right. Let's pretend like we didn't know what we were doing here. Now this is going to go on here with the clip. Now we got to do a little orientation here for the clip because we want to get the clip correctly. And if there were a part of this pen that I didn't wish to look at all the time, you want to steer it away from the clip. And when I'm using this pen, I want to see this side of it right there. So I will push that together just like that. And I'm going to make that pen go right there, because when you're using the pen, the clip is towards the top. Then you clamp it down. If it's not right, we'll move it again. Okay, there we go. Now, as I'm using this pen, what I'm looking at is all these cool images there. All right, now we put this back in here. That goes up in there. There we go. That just slides in. This one here slides in here, just like that. And then these are the batteries, and they literally say don't take them apart. Put the plus side down, and the plus side's there. So we go like that. And then we take this here and we screw it on. Now, it's already flashing. Let me turn the big light off here. So it's already flashing. This section right here is the thing that turns the light off. This is like the light switch here with the little ship on it. See that cute little ship? This thing here you turn, and it turns the light on. All kind of colors. Turn the light off. This part here, just on the end, is how you turn the pen on. See that? Just this little tip right here turns the pen on and off, or turns it on and off. Pushes it in and out. There you go. And then again, this one here on the bottom turns the light on. To change the batteries, you simply grip the pen in the middle here and unscrew the top. And the batteries are right there. And you put them plus side down. Plus side down in there, like that. And then screw the top back on. Boom. And then there's your light switch. So there we go. Fordite lighthouse. And I think this is antique bronze. Yep, I'm glad she's going to love it. Moms deserve it. And we'll send all these to Denise and you guys can connect. And it's got a little lighthouse on the side here too, as the pen clip. And of course, you can see right below the light, there's like a little guardrail with little windows. So much fun, isn't it? Look at that Fordite, man. Whoo, that's and Jason, if she wants to look at something different, just take this clip and rotate it around. It moves. It's really solid, but it moves a little bit. Yes, ma'am. This was fun. Now, where do we get this chunk of Fordite? So here are Denise's pens of the week. Let's move that little snowman around here. There we go. And this is the Fordite here. Love that wood and flower one. That is so cool. Sunflowers came out nice, and it's a pen with an identity crisis. It thinks it's a lighthouse. Absolutely. Yeah, of the week. Next week, it'll be more. And Denise knows my mantra all too well. Anybody ask me a question, can I have this? The answer is yes. How much money do you have? I don't need all your money, but I got to shuffle things around to get stuff done. By the way, this Christmas tray is available. It's absolutely gorgeous. Nice golden on the bottom, red and green glitter all over the top, little layered on the top like a cake. Pretty cool. You can talk to Carrie about that, or you can get a custom designed tray, which we do tons of. Okay, not tons, maybe 50 pounds worth. All right, let me put this away. We'll wipe this up, keep it clean. I just use those so I don't lose the spring. Most things I can keep track of, but boy, that spring, oh my goodness, that can get away from me. All right, those will go into Denise's bag, and Kevin will get those buffed up for her, and then out the door they'll go tomorrow probably. But anyway, there we go. There's your Christmas pen, Denise. It's not a blank that I would normally turn into a pen, but there's some things that we can do that make it successful. So that was really fun. Does offering to pay in corgis count? It would, one, if I needed a corgi, and two, if my landlord would let me have a dog. Neither of which are true. Sadly. Sadly. But man, corgis are worth thousands. I'd have to do like 1 billion pens for you. All right, let's see what's next on the hit parade. Carrie's got to line me up what's next. I think I got some leap pens to do and stuff like that. And again, that big bin, I printed this out to know which bushing goes to which end of the short or the long piece. And this one is 1 15/16, and this one is 2 1/16. So, Carrie, yeah, we could if we could have a dog. Maybe later. We're looking at our house, getting Carrie to save money, move ahead. But anyway, so super critical that I get these, because even this little bushing here, 476, is different than this bushing here. So the tip cannot be the cap, and the cap can't be the tip. And of course, in the middle, they meet at different spots. So you can't mix those up either. So I actually saved this. I wrote this up once about 1.5 years ago, and I never get rid of it. Everyone does need corgis. And where's my schematic drawing? All the boring stuff of making pens. How I drill this blank, correct the section, and which drill bit I use, and how deep it goes in order to get this thing to fit down inside there. Super, super fun. Right up my alley. All right, we'll put this in here. We will save our lighthouse pen instructions. We'll put that behind so it flattens them out. But anyway, we got that done today. That's been fun. We'll put our punch out tools down. Yep, leap member blank are coming up next. All right, babes, where are they? Probably over here, right? Very organized for me to find. All right, Rachel H. Oh, let me put these in Denise's bag first and put that in the out box so Kevin can get to work on that in the next bunch of hours. I think he's in there gorging out over football right now. Drop those in there, and in the out box they go. Let's see, where's the out box? Right here. All right, let me get this up here. And we'll spam you with baby pics. Denise doesn't have a problem. You know what? Everybody collects what they like to collect. And I didn't even know this about Denise, but we visited her down there in Florida. She's like, oh, yeah. Either depending on what I'm wearing or my mood or whatever, she picks out an ink pen that we have made for her to bring to work. And I'm like, well, I never heard of such a thing. That's the coolest thing ever. So she doesn't get bored with her pens. She enjoys them. She loves to look at them. And some people may think it's a problem, but you know what? That person who thinks it's a problem collects something themselves. Like me, I collect tools. I need more tools. I can't get enough tools. All right, let's get busy though. We got to quit dorking around here. Okay, so we've got a couple things here to do for Miss Rachel H. And I'm not going anywhere. I wasn't signing off or anything. Okay, 5 1/4. 5 1/4. Oh, there's a beautiful blank. I like this one. One I made and one I did not make. We'll do this one first. Carrie, where's the October abalone? Oh, I already did that one for her. By the way, this abalone, oh my goodness. Where is the camera at? I'm still in love with this abalone. Let me move the camera down so I can get underneath the light. Look at that thing. Oh, I'm going to do some more of these too. This thing came out breathtakingly phenomenal. Denise actually had her abalone turned into an ink pen. Man alive, I cannot believe I created that. That just blows my mind. Oh, still love it. Still love it. Okay, there's that one. Okay, now we got to do November Leopard Ice, which we got. And then we got to do this. And then she gets, okay, got to get this right. Put screw, okay, these are twist ons, so they don't have to be anything special. When I do Christina Carr's twist and pick, I have to leave the end a lot larger because I need a lot of meat to tap into. But these are typical. She gets baseball bat 0.72, and let me drill some holes here. And these are your typical, I just drill out the 7/32 hole to 5/16, and then, and there's nothing on the camera yet, so I'll get there in a second. And then I glue in the twist on threaded adapters, threaded bushings, or whatever you call those things. And because I don't get tomorrow, because I got to travel, I got to do lots today. I'm a slave in the shop today. Don't even get a break. Somebody may make me a pizza and bring it to me in a few hours, but I'm not hungry now. Don't get that idea. I love this blank here. This one is. Although there's a little bit of blue in here, super light blue, Catherine may like this one because it's got that copper. I don't know if she likes copper. I know it's sort of orange, and I love that copper look. All right, those two are drilled. Let me put some bushings in them. Yeah, I have to think out loud when I'm doing these twist and picks and twist ons and stuff for the screw in thread adapters because I get confused. And I have to think out loud and plot out loud. All right, let's do this one first because it's going to be fun. All right, let me change the camera now. You know what, April, I appreciate that a lot and glad that you're here. And I feel I owe it to the crowd because we didn't go live last night and I really was jamming hard. And if that guy had arrived at 2, we'd have been right set up to go live, maybe. Abalone is one of my favorite types of blank. Oh my gosh, Christina. When I made that blank and we cut it up and I sanded one side, my heart just exploded because you know I love color and design. And even though I can't come up with it, I appreciate when I see it. And me and Chad GPT had a big, long conversation about how to make abalone properly. And I even argued with it. I'm like, no. How about this? Well, how about this? These guys on TV do this or on YouTube. And they're like, yeah, that's right, but don't do it. I'm like, okay. There you go, Denise. That's what you got, sister. Everybody has what they have. We got the right camera on? Yeah. Why are we tilted like the Bat Cave? Oops. Is that better? But I didn't know that was something that you could accessorize till Denise said it. It just didn't dawn on me. I'm not that creative. I'm a guy, so obviously we don't accessorize. Hell, we carry the same wallet for 15 years. Maybe if we carried purses, we would accessorize. So back to the pen selection thing. Any blank can be a pen. It just depends on whether or not it should be. And if you fall in the category if it really shouldn't be a pen, but you really want it, then we got to come up with a solution to make that happen. Painting blanks, matching it up with something else, you know, something. There's always a solution out there. And let's be real, Denise and Carrie, Denise has picked out some crazy blanks, pushed the edge, and Carrie has matched up the right metal with the right pen. So Denise has some killer looking pens. Yeah, I got so much to do today because I won't be in town tomorrow. Dang it. Be back Thursday afternoon. I'll probably be doing pens all day Friday because I'm not working Friday for the office. And Jason, I'm glad you like your pen, and I'm sure your mother will very much enjoy it, and that's great. Okay, let's get in a little tighter here. Bring this up a little bit. Slow it down. Blower still on. Let's see, we're doing baseball bat 0.72, and what was the thing we did in the middle, Care? Was it the restraints? Yeah, I think that was it. And by the way, this right here is what's called a LEAP member pen. And the LEAP is one of the levels, the highest level of joining the YouTube channel. $99.99 a month, of which we end up with about 75 or 76 bucks. That gets you a free pen, some fun lives that are private for just LEAP members, and a discount. I think it was 10%. So if you're buying a decent amount of pens, you should be a LEAP member. It'll pay for itself. Ooh, that's smooth. Did you ask? I don't know. 0.78. Because now I got to work like crazy so I can earn myself some fountain pen time. Because I'm really jonesing to get in here and do up some fountain pens. 0.73. Very close. Bingo. Here we go. Did you ask me a question? I did not, Carrie. I just applauded your efforts of you and Denise putting together, I guess you could call it a pen ensemble for me to work on and you guys to enjoy, and for Denise to accessorize. I mean, let's be real. Guys collect baseball cards, right? Little pieces of paper with pictures on them. But hey, what a business. I never got into them myself. I didn't collect comic books either. I read a bunch, had a bunch, trashed a bunch, but never collected them like a collector. I collect gold, silver. Say, we'll trade for gold and silver. That'll be fun. Oh, confirming the restraints. Yes, thank you. You guys are awesome. Keeping me honest. Moving so fast I can hardly remember 10 minutes back. And I'm glad Jason could join us. That was very nice. I just met him the other day on a phone call. Oh, and Christina, remind me to show you my, speaking of collecting stuff, remind me to show you my Fordite collection. Some of which I'm going to turn into rings. Yeah, rings. Could you imagine? 0.74. This one over here is 0.72. Michael Jordan's rookie card worth 11 something. Yeah. As soon as we finish this pen here, I'll break it out and wander you through it, and you can get some ideas for a pen. All right, let's trim this down here in the middle a little bit. Put this baby on a diet here. It's called the scrape diet. We just scrape it right off. I think we had 3 restraints on here, didn't we, Carrie? Yeah, 2.5 million. Yeah, there's a sports fanatic out there that needs that card. Imagine that. Let's go 5/8. That's not far enough. 3/4. I think my pen is wearing out. I'm going to throw that away and grab another one. Yep, that should be it right there. 3/4. There you go, Kev. That's the spirit. I'm not sure they'll let me take my lathe on there, but maybe for enough money, Kev, they'll let me bring it. And we can just mail pens as we hit ports. Kayleen, every pen is custom, so it is done to your specifications. If you want it thin, we'll make it thin. Carrie will hook you right up. Carrie will take your order while I'm making deep fried Snickers and Oreos. Ready, like ready right now? That's Carrie's department there. In other words, she needs one fast, Carrie. I don't know what we have for thin pens in the world, but we may. Got a lot of pens around here. How thin is the question, Kayleen? How thin? Are you talking whole body or just the finger grip? Because everybody's thin is relative. I've seen some medium pens out there that I would not call medium. I would call them rather thick. But hey, that's just me. Here we go. Cold as ice. Blower is off. Diapers coming into view. Yeah, I've had some people that had thick pens and I've thinned them down for them because they love the blank so much. It's not a practice I highly recommend because once you take a pen off of a lathe after having squeezed it together, there's a certain amount of pressure built up in that pen, and it definitely deflects a little, even if you can't really tell it. So then when you take it off the lathe, it undeflects, and it never really spins the same. But, you know, we've had good success. Only one failure in the whole time. And I warn people, this may not work. But generally it does. I have some thick relatives too. Yes, yeah, thick is relative. That's funny. Oh, Kayleen, you're just full of them today. I love it. Let's get some more dad jokes going. I think we all have thick relatives. What the heck? Some of us are the thick relative. Ouch, that's hot. It generates a lot of heat right there. Now, I was watching this interview on Oklahoma's Own kind of thing where this newscaster lady has her own YouTube channel. She does interviews. She was interviewing Bob Mills of Bob Mills Furniture. He's got stores in Oklahoma, Kansas, and Texas. And let me tell you, he's from here, but his biggest market is Texas. Oh my goodness, he's got so many stores down there. He's made billions, I'm sure, in the furniture world. Good stuff. Just typical furniture place. Cost you too much, deliver it Tuesday kind of thing. That's the other thing, Kayleen, trying to get ahead again now that we've screwed around for the last 2 weeks with the 24-hour live and going on a cruise and crap like that. I need to turn some ready to ship pens because people want ready to ship pens. But I got to take care of the regular custom customers first and then work in a couple hours a week of turning 5 or 6 or 8 pens or something, you know. Tis a problem, I tell you. Tis a problem. Yep, and we got the email going across the bottom of the screen. Carrie will hook you up. No high pressure sales here like the car dealership. But we can get you financing. You know, Kayleen, what you do is you go find the blank. I just read above there while I was sanding. You go find the blank that just makes your heart go a flutter, grab it, send it to us, and then tell us how you want it done, how long you want it. When I do pens, is Cindy Bennett gets pens that are what, 4.25 long, Carrie? Something like that. Some get them as long as they come, 6 inches, you know, just depends on what you like to have around. And then you can say, now here's the kind of end I want, baseball bat, round and pointy, you know, round, whatever. And then all of a sudden you're going to have yourself a prescription pen and you're going to go, ooh, I love this pen. I like the shape of it. I want all my pens to be like this. Next time you order, boom, in like Flint, you know exactly all the parameters you need. And you come on any live, ask questions, and heck, ask Christina Carr. She may know more about it than I do. She's in the chat there somewhere, working and lurking. Diamond painting her little mini dazzlers her way, or whichever mini she was doing. Yeah, sky's the limit. And for Christmas, I'll have a couple of weeks off doing nothing. From pretty Christmas till New Year's, when we get rolling again, I'll be in here making pens most days. Get some ready to ship, get some customer orders done, do a bunch of lives, all that fun stuff. What's your new blank, April? You get downtime too. No, not me. I'm not good at downtime, Kayleen. I love to come in here and tinker, play around. Heck, I may just figure out the OBS thing, get multiple cameras going. You can just watch me wander around the shop, clean it up, do maintenance, turn pens, make fountain pens, figure out new tools. I mean, I love being in here. It is such a blast. The only thing that gets tired on me is my right bicep. Because when I'm doing this right here, I'm pushing up against this. It's like doing a curl. And I literally on the weekends do curls for 15 hours. Could you imagine that, man? If you were a bodybuilder doing curls for 15 hours, you'd wear out your body. But here I am doing this, so my bicep gets hard as a rock and actually sore. That's it. Not tired of standing, back doesn't hurt, nothing. But man, that bicep from pulling up on these and standing, that's why sometimes I'll go on top. Because now I'm using my triceps and I don't need to do that. The stitch one from the new person you posted. Oh, very nice. Yeah, well, that'll be an interesting one there because I can't what do you call it? Can't chew into the middle stitch people. So we'll have to figure that one out. That's going to be an interesting play, I'll tell you. Can you push down to? Yeah, every once in a while I will, but it's not very comfortable or not very natural. Maybe if I did it more, that would be good. But then my triceps are going to get sore. But that's the only thing that and it doesn't hurt like I'm complaining. I just noticed like, geez, Carrie, feel this bicep. It's like rock hard. And then within 30 minutes, it calms down. But man alive. I'm an old man, got rock hard bicep. Only on one side, though. Let's see. That was the last one of those. So there's Rachel's first one. That's going to be very cool. Kevin will get that buffed up and it'll be gorgeous. There's some micro starlight glitter in that head there. And then all snowy down here on the bottom. No, don't put it in the eye. It's not that bad because like right now I'm not even using it. It's just I do that whenever I'm finishing the pen. That's when I do it. All right, let's put this on the lathe and we'll look at the Fordite collection. That'll give Christina an idea. All right. Let me move my binder back to the binder area. Get out my tote full of gold. Let's see, where is my tote full of gold? Right here. There we go. So we got some, and I'm saving all these little tiny pieces that I cut off of things to throw into a blank one day. Look at all those little pieces. And then this one here is just a sample that some guy sent me. And this is probably more of a jewelry piece. Look at the colors in that sucker. It's awful flat, so it's going to have to be like a cabochon or a necklace or something like that when I get into that one day. But this was just a freebie they gave me. But man, that is, let me pull this light up here so I don't lose the light when I'm showing it. But that one there, that is just gorgeous. Yeah, she don't feel them much. She's too busy diamond painting. Here's another free sample here. Haven't even taken this out of the bag yet, but you can see when you sand this down there, again, this is jewelry piece. Like I could cut some rings out of here. You figure, get a ring insert and carve around that ring, all that Fordite would be on the outside of that ring. Is that crazy? All right, we'll put that. We'll keep this in the free sample because it's unique. And then we've got these things here, which aren't even sanded off, but if you sanded them off, you would have that kind of thing inside them. Crazy, huh? And I just got gobs and gobs of them. They're not even sanded down yet, just layers of paint. Here's this one here. I've got to either turn into a pen or make it go sideways and chop it up and put it in there, or do some undulation or something because it's all so straight. Look at that one. This is almost the one that Jason chose yesterday, but we looked at a couple others, and this didn't have all the colors he was looking for it in there. But look at that thing. And they sand these off because nobody uses the tips, but they want to see what's inside. So you'd make this go down through the pen. So you could have this on one side of the pen. And there's some that are just blobs. Look at this guy here. Looks like two eyeballs. I'm going to use this in something one day, but backside, not too sexy, right? Front side, wow, that's cool. So this probably hung on something, and these were the drips that came out the bottom. Here's some wild looking blue. No idea what that's going to look like. So what I'll do, like this stuff over here on the side, it looks cool now, but it's not going to be that great. Your sexiness is right here. So I'll cut those off there, cut that off there, and then figure out how I got to sand this off to get this to go, because I want this right in the middle of the blank, top to bottom and side to side. So I'll cut and play, and you tell me what you want. Like if I were going to do one on this, the pen would lay right in there. That would where I would have the pen blank be. So now I turn it over like this and go, okay, that means I'm going to have to drill about right here. So then I start marking it off to know exactly where I want it. And I'll save all these things I cut off because I'll use them elsewhere, but this just sort of tells me where I want that pen. So yeah, you just bandsaw them up, cut them up. Here's a cool looking little spiky thing. Look at this. Could you imagine how this is going to look like through here? This not so sexy. This not so sexy, but right through here, oh my goodness, it's going to be all those dots. Similar to that. These are all just drips that, this is the bottom of it. And it was on like that and it just dripped down. See, there's the rack that it sat on, the piece of metal that they broke it off of. And you're going to get dragon scale right in here. Look at all those little things. Every one of those is going to be gorgeous. I would take a pen, put it right in there, just like that. That would be breathtaking. And all the rest of this stuff just gets filled with resin, whatever color you want. Like the green one we did, it was a piece like this or something similar that we just stuck down in some green resin. Here's a cool piece here. It's going to have some neat little figures on there. Not so sexy right here, but when it starts dripping, oh my goodness, that's too cool. Again, this looks really cool because it's got spiky, but this is where your action is, right in here. So you could put 2 or 3 of these in there. See this one? You could put that in sideways so you can get some stuff going on that one. There's a cool one there. Look at those designs. Put a pen right through there. Ooh, baby, that would be hot. So yeah, this is what I collect. Saw that one already. Yeah, and some of them, there we go. Look at that one. So if I were doing a pen, I would put a pen right down the middle. Be just like that. Maybe even tilt it off just a little bit. Because remember, you're going to lose a lot of this turning off. So all you're going to get is what's right around the pen. Anyway, that's my Fordite collection. Oh, I got to put this other piece in there too because it keeps floating around. This is going to be great for jewelry here. Look at this piece. And you can see all the different layers of colors. So you can now cut rings out of this. You could cut cabochons out of it to make a necklace. I mean, this stuff, just Google Fordite jewelry and it'll blow your mind what people do with this stuff. So yeah, there's my part of my collection. I got some other pieces I got to find and add to this little tote here. But The sky is the limit when it comes to whatever you want. We will figure it out, put it together. Okay, let's go back to this other thing here. Let me switch back to the lathe. Yeah, Denise, they are just wild. That's awesome, Kevin. Record away, baby. Record away. All right, any questions I missed? How do you get those big chunks into a blank? I think I explained that. If anybody has any more questions, let me know. Essentially, you choose the piece that you want to sit somewhere in a blank for a certain purpose, and then I arrange it, cut it, sand it, whatever, to get it to sit right in that spot. Just like we did with the green pen for Jason, Denise's friend. You know? So, yeah, we could do it. All right, let's keep turning here. Okay, we got to make this one round first. Looks pretty good right there. Blower on, lathe to full speed, warp factor 9. And I'm trying to figure out how to turn some of those into fountain pens. But that is going to require what's called sleeving, because the cordite itself is not strong enough to stand by itself, to take a thread. You know, it's going to be more decorative than it is structural. It's one of the reasons you don't see a lot of glitter in fountain pens that are kitless and handmade, because the glitter screws up the threads when you're tapping them or using a die to create outer threads. Yes, it's also called Detroit agate. And it doesn't all come from Ford, and it doesn't all come from Detroit. And sometimes it's not cars. Sometimes there's Kenwood. You can see some Kenwood Fordite, it's called. And that comes from painting Kenwood tractor trailers. I mean, yeah, tractor trailers. And then there's garbage truck Fordite. Now, there is also some Cadillac Ranch Fordite, as though they're chipping it off those cars from people out there doing it. But I wouldn't use that, and here's why. When they're painting cars and trucks and motorcycles and all that kind of stuff, between each layer of that Fordite, that heat or that paint is heat treated. So it's really bonded to the one below it. That doesn't happen out in the weather of Cadillac Ranch by Amarillo. So be careful when you're buying Fordite, because there is a crowd out there that will rely on your ignorance to take your money. All right, let's see. What are we doing here? We are doing, this is, let's see. Doop, de doop, de doop, de doo. Carrie, where's the dimensions on this? Is it just normal? Oh, those are screw-in threads. How do I turn this, this other one here, this third one I've got? I don't have instructions. I don't know what to do. Carrie, if you're looking at the screen, look at that blank there. Oh, she's coming. How do I, what paper? Here's the two papers I have. Got leopard ice and October abalone. Oh, maybe she didn't give me one.
So it's
I'm sure it's .72 baseball bat. What's in the middle? Anything, just whatever? Artist choice? Copy. Got that. The prescription has been received. Yes, Cadillac Ranch. It's a bunch of cars that are sticking up out of the dirt that they buried 40, 50 years ago. Just Google Cadillac Ranch. Yeah, we can. Let's see, 0.72 on the money. Yeah, this is a very pretty blank. I would agree. You know, what's funny is I think back over the day, I go, and the blank of the day is, but I can't come up with one because there's about 4 or 5 that really stand out in my mind. And one was that green Fordite pen we made for Jason. Another one, and I won't say second or first, but just another one is Denise's Lifesaver pen. Not lightsaber, but Lifesaver. And another one would have been that the wooden with the little flowers in it. That was way too cool. On the money. I love it when I'm getting good at this. Saves me a little time. And then this one is really cool. Oh, you're in Amarillo next week? Yeah, it's right along the highway, isn't it? Interstate. Yeah, I've never stopped there myself either. All right, here we go. There's the middle. She might have just been driving through there, Kevin, because that's the top part of Texas. Amarillo is where Pete or Jake Thompson is, and Jake Thompson runs Jake's Blanks. Another source of some good-looking blanks. We've done a few here on the channel. All right, looking good. Blower off, diaper coming in. Boy, this diaper's getting heavy. Gonna need a new towel or dry this one out. Kevin, you just play the games that you want to play because that will be more enjoyable. Because that way you like it. Man, I haven't seen Larry all day. Wonder, are they keeping him hostage? Yeah, it's a lot more fun when you have fun playing what you want to play, Kevin. Everybody else just gets to share in your excitement. Absolutely, April. Absolutely. Oh, dang it. About tripping over my stool here. After this, Penn will take a little break. I'll get some lunch. I don't know if Carrie's scheduled the live for tonight yet or not, but we should be back here about 6 Central, of course. I said, I didn't know if you scheduled the live yet tonight. Oh, it's scheduled. She just hasn't posted it on Facebook yet. If you are subscribed, you will get a message. If not, you guys know where we'll be Sunday night. This is almost like a 24-hour live with separation. Hey, Big Dog Woodworking, how you doing? Do we know you, Big Dog, or you just very friendly? Out of what? Yeah, it's as fat bad as you can get. It's pretty good. Yeah, this one is probably about a 0.70, 0.71 down in the valley. But by the time you get where your fingers are, it's thicker. Feeling good. Okay, moving on up. Yes to what? You're just very friendly, or you know who we are? I don't know who Big Dog is, but I love woodworkers. Hey, Kevin, type something, will you, so that thing goes up another line? Because this is big something, old account, but I can't see what it is. Well, we're glad you're here, Big Dog. We are glad you're here. Are you here on Twitch or YouTube? I can't tell. I could probably go look at the StreamYard thing and it would tell me. I'm streaming to both right now, Twitch and the other one. This is Big Mex, my old account. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, YouTube. Lovely. We're glad you're here, Big Dog or Big Mex, whichever you want to be today. We're just turning some diamond painting pans, and if you scroll way back in the morning, you'll see a couple, or in the early part of the broadcast, you'll see some ink pens, some really wild stuff. We had a Fordite journey in my Fordite collection. Don't know. Oh, okay. It's all right. We are making it through. What are you building lately, big dog? You do anything on your channel or do anything in the wood shop or just love woodworking? Big dog is fine. Oh, that's awesome, big dog. That is awesome. Yeah, me too. I wanted to be a woodworker, but you know, things changed out differently here, and now I just turn the crap out of everything. I don't do much wood, big wood stuff. I do small wooden pens and stuff like that. Mostly resin and ink pens, fountain pens, kitless pens, you know, all that good stuff. Nice. That is good. Okay, moving on up the sandpaper chain. I didn't even plan on going live during the day. I would usually go live at night. We'll be back at 6 tonight, but like I was telling everybody, I was just sitting in the shop this morning, starting to work on stuff, and I go, you know, I ought to just go live, see who's out there. So we've been live probably about 6.5 hours at this point. Not straight through, but 2 sections. Baby crib for your grandson. Very nice. Very nice. That's exciting. First grandson, 10th grandson. Big mech slam, big dog woodworking. Grandbabies be fun. Man, did you see some of those ornaments on Turner's Warehouse St. Jude auction? Wow. Amazing stuff. There's some seriously talented people out there. One day I will be there. Right now I'm mostly doing this diamond painting pen, ink pens, pizza cutters, serving handles, tablespoons, teaspoons, measuring cup set, ice cream scoops, you know, all that fun stuff. 3rd grandbaby. Oh, that's very exciting. Very exciting. Everybody here appreciates that. Oh, we're glad you were watching, big dog. It's never fun streaming to yourself, is it? Not as fun anyway. All right, this is going to be a beauty. Coming off. Here we go. Oh, got one more paper to go. Got the highest. And these right here, big dog, these made out of Alumilite Clear Slow. It's a urethane resin. You may know that already, so I'm not teaching you. I'm just letting you know what we're doing. Yes. Also make rings. Oh, that's right, April. There's one right there. April and her dentist hubby's got one. Carrie's got one. Gonna make Kevin a Spider-Man ring. You got to make a ring for, I think, Chris Lloyd or something coming up. Don't know if I get it done today, but it's the birthstones of her husband and kids. Probably her too, I imagine. Yeah, always busy. Yeah, I like those people at Turner's. They're fun. All right, let's see what this one looks like. Beautimous. Vases go great on this herringbone. Look at that herringbone right down the middle. Man alive, that is pretty. Great colors. Pink, aqua, or whatever that color is, light aqua or something, and then copper with a black brick pattern. All right, that is it for this afternoon. We're going to take a little break here, get a little food, take a little rest, ice my bicep, like Kayleen said I should. Telling you, I'll let Carrie feel it first. But anyway, thank you all for being here. And glad that you are here. Thank you. Thank you, big dog. Appreciate that. And you guys have a good afternoon. And we'll see you back here. Yes, ma'am, Denise. We'll see you back here, in about 2.5 hours, really. See you around. Good afternoon, everyone.